Hey class, so today we're going to talk about assonance, consonance, and alliteration. These can get a little confusing because assonance and consonance sound so close together, and alliteration is consonance. So I'll try to briefly explain it. I have a website that I can show you some examples and then talk through them. I'll share the link below the video. All right, so there we go. So this website is really simple. I just found it by Googling. So assonance is the repetition of vowel sounds. It's a little bit harder to detect than consonants because some of it can seem kind of natural, but authors use it all the time to indicate what I don't know. It says mood here. Mood is one way to a tone would be another thing to talk about. To kind of slow things down or speed things up depending on the sound, or relax the reader. So a good example of this is the Cormac McCarthy one. So just listen to it as it's being read to kind of hear what assonance can do. And stepping softly with her air of blooded ruin about the glade in a frail agony of grace, she trailed her rags through dust and ashes, circling the dead fire, the charred billets and chalk bones, the little calcined ribcage. So in there you get this like kind of creepy image, right? So the author is using that A to kind of create that assonance. You use that assonance to create that feeling. In your book, if you want an example, Dylan Thomas's "Do Not Go Gently Into the Good Night" is really good. So do not go gently into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Grave men near death who see with blinding sight. Blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. So again, you get that A to kind of like add some musicality to the poem. So there's some other examples down here. Again, you can check them out. I like it kind of pulled from music and some other places too. With consonants, so consonants is the repetition of the consonant sounds, so your non-vowels. This is something you'll see in poems a lot. And then alliteration is consonants, but alliteration is the repetition of the first consonant in the word. So like the first letter usually. So a lot of tongue twisters use it, as they say down here. And let's see. A good example of alliteration here was Shakespeare. Shakespeare used it a lot. Everyone uses it. I'm going to show you an example here in a second. Whereat with blade, with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely breached his boiling, bloody breast. Right? You get that repetition of the B. So in this more contemporary example from Danez Smith, this is one of my favorite poems. You get a good example of assonance and alliteration and consonants as well. So I just want you to hear the first part of it. I will play it. Let's see.
These are excerpts from Summer Somewhere. Somewhere, a sun. Below, boys brown as rye play the dozens and ball, jump in the air and stay there. Boys become new moons, gum dark on all sides, beg bruised blue water to fly, at least tide, at least spit back a father or two.
All right. So just there, I highly recommend listening to the rest of this. I highly recommend getting this book. But you can hear the alliteration with the B words here. So you have below, boys, brown, ball, boys, become, beg, bruise. You also get some assonance with the drawn out O, which I feel like kind of evokes a summer relaxed feeling. Somewhere, boys, brown, dozens, boys, become, gum, moons, right? You hear that O just kind of stretching out, right? So you'll see this all the time. It's these words are good to know because they show like the author trying to set a mood or set a tone with their language in a way that sometimes feels really natural, like this, as opposed to the Shakespeare example, which feels very in your face almost, right? That B is just like really hitting you, as opposed to Summer Somewhere, where that B is a little bit more natural within the poem itself. It creates a rhythm. So yeah, hopefully that helped. That's assonance, consonance, and alliteration. All right, bye.